Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Pentiment Part 28. In the previous video we began recon for the third and final part of the mural, talked to everybody, and now it's Christmas Eve celebrations and we're going to talk to people. We'll start left to right. Mistress Magdalene, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, Alexander. Merry Christmas, Kaz. Enjoying the night? Very much so. The cookies especially. Haven't had such a wonderful gingerbread in ages. We were just setting up to perform. Did you have a particular song in mind you want us to play? Between the two of us, we know all the Christmas songs between here and Spain. I don't really know any of these. I mean, maybe I do, but I don't know them by name. Good Christian men rejoice. We don't care about the women. A folk tune out of Casimir's favorites. Once Kaz and I play what we've prepared, we'll be sure to play that one. Merry Christmas, everyone. Since it is Christmas, Casimir's and I wanted to share a special song with all of you in the spirit of giving. Please enjoy.
In dulce jubilo, nun singet und seid froh. Unsers Herzens Wonne liegt in Praesepio und leuchtet.
Man, Till just straight vibing, man.
In Cremio, Alpha es et O, Alpha es et O.
Oh, tear up the damn loot solo, Kaz. I like the little drink almost sloshing out.
O Jesu Pargule, nach dir ist mir so weh, tröst mir mein Gemüte, o puer optime, durch alle deine Güte, o Princeps Gloriae, trae me poste, trae me poste.
Cheers, bravo, well done, another, wonderful, simply wonderful. Thank you, truly. Please return to your drinks, we'll be playing all night. Happy Christmas. Anna. Hello, Magdalene, happy Christmas to you. Good evening, Magdalene. Merry Christmas to you too. Ulrich and Andreas, say hello to Mr. Struckrein. Hi. Hi. Oh, Andreas, don't be shy. You know Mistress Magdalene. Sorry, Magdalene. He's still a bit quiet. Don't worry. We'll turn him into a proper Andreas one of these days. So not used to you addressing me as Mistress Struckrein yet. We're raising these two to treat everyone with the respect and deference they deserve. But, like, we don't do anything. We don't deserve anything. Unlike you, who used to steal from the neighbors. Hush, I grew out of that, Paul. Besides, you and the children steal their covers every night and leave my bones to freeze. How do you like George's speech, Magdalene? I liked it well enough. I guess someone had to say something. It's only right it should be a council. No, I don't care if it's a council member. It's a good reminder of everything we still have. For Paul putting him up to it at the last moment, it was well done. Well, Werner insisted someone on the council make a speech. I didn't particularly want it to be me. But George did it justice. You can always count on him to speak from the heart, especially a few drinks in. Truthfully, I think much of the town needed some encouragement tonight. Tassing hasn't had such a hard season since the revolt. Yes, I'm sorry. It's Christmas. We shouldn't speak of such sad times. Let's toast to better days then. Cheers to that. Although there is an old Latin proverb my dad used to say to me, Ignis aurum proat miseria fortis viros. Fire is the test of gold, misery is the proof of strong men. There's no question, a revolt left Tassing worse off, but seeing the town now gives me hope. Man, that man is fucking eating. God damn. You're an artist, Magdalene. I think you can see it too. I don't know. The past few months have felt pretty bleak. Oh, Magdalene, things will get better. They always do. God always provides, no matter the season. Pretty sure our dad's gonna die tomorrow, and then we're gonna be fucked. Anna's right. Even though the revolt led to a hard winter, life has gotten better for Tassing. To be honest, most nights I'm grateful for the revolt. How can you be grateful for something so terrible? You wouldn't remember, but life was already terrible before that night. Okay, I can kind of see it in your eyes, because your dad got fucking burnt to a crisp and he was a piece of shit. So, I guess if I was Paul in particular, yeah, I probably would be a little grateful. Maybe. But like in a guilty way. I wouldn't feel good about it, but I would also be glad that that fucker was not around anymore. The revolt burned away the dead wood that had rotted Tassing for decades. God knows my father was an evil man. His death released me from years of fear. The revolt gave me the courage to face him, to become better than him. I think something of the same happened when the Abbey was destroyed. If things had gone on as they always did, well, I doubt we'd be having such a Christmas feast tonight. The cost was high, but it resulted in just as much joy as grief. Well, I wouldn't say that personally. You really think so? God turns all things good, even for the darkest of nights. Because of the revolt, I can marry Paul and we can supply grain to peasants at a fair price. I mean, your dad did get murdered. Our children will grow up without the fear that ruled over my life as I got older. No woman in life is entirely good or bad, Magdalene. What matters more is how we choose to see it. I don't know. I don't say my dad's attacking me anything but evil. Keep hope, Magdalene. The Lord helps those who trust in him. Oh, so you're saying that our dad didn't trust in him, that's why he got brained over the head? I mean, I know that's not what you mean, but that is in essence what you're saying. Don't forget to take some time to have fun tonight, alright? Mommy, I want another cookie. Don't yell, sweetheart. Excuse us, Magdalene. Seems we have cookies to fetch. Of course, Merry Christmas to you all. Merry Christmas, Magdalene. Merry Christmas, Magdalene. Enjoying the celebrations? It's wonderful to see everyone together in such high spirits. Isn't it? Even Grandpa's enjoying himself. This winter's been difficult for his gout. Cold makes his joints seize. I told him he didn't have to come to the perching loft, but he insisted. Haven't missed one Christmas procession of my life, and I'll be goddamn if some snow stops me. Cough. Oh God, we know, old man. Anyway, like Jorg said earlier, it's nice to have a night of good company and cheer. Thanks for mentioning our father in your speech, Jorg. We'll be glad to know he was missed. You're welcome, Magdalene. Klaus is a good man, and we all miss him as part of the community. To be honest, didn't expect to make a speech tonight. Just thought about what happened in town this year. That's right, Paul made you do it. What? He did? Oh, that bastard. Yeah, Werner kept going on about how someone should say something. Paul said that I was the most charismatic of anyone on the council. I mean, that's fair. He said that? Well, he said I'd make the least amount of people angry over it. Baltus said it was my charisma. I thought it was fitting for the season, Jorg. Paul did too. Told me so himself. Oh, thanks. That's good. I'm glad people liked it. Cough. To be honest, never thought I'd be someone people in Tassing listen to. But you've always been a part of the town council. We didn't have a council though. Not always. It wasn't until the night of the revolt, really. I felt like I could do things on my own. Be my own man. I love my father, but what he did, I thought it'd doom the town. We're lucky he didn't. Yeah, he almost did. He chose to burn the abbey. I always went along with him because he was my dad. He had to be right. That night was the first time I thought any different. I learned that night that you can fight for something right and still choose the wrong way to do it. And I swore that I would never let that happen again. The revolt broke down everything I thought I knew about Tassing, about myself. But it made a lot of things better for Tassing, and that makes me hopeful. What do you mean? Well, our new lord is strict, but he made a deal with us. Council lets us govern ourselves. As much as I was grumbling earlier today, Georg is right. Life changed in Tassing, and even though the first few years were hard, we're better for it now. No abbot looking down on us, making stupid laws as he sees fit. Our lord lives days away. As long as we pay our taxes, we're left alone. It's a better life for Artemis and Apollo than we had. Don't you talk ill of my son, boy. He gave you everything he had, God rest his soul. Cough, cough. I know, Grandpa. Choosing to live differently than your dad was brave. I think you and the rest of the council have done a great job. Well, okay. I mean the first sentence more than I mean the second sentence. Thank you, Magdalene. I've done the best I can to do right by the town and Dad. You're his son. You've done him proud, boy. Hey, that's the first nice thing this dude said in the entire game. Thanks, Grandpa. Anyway, going for another pint. Anyone else? Yeah, bring a pitcher. You've had enough, Grandpa. Your humors might become unbalanced. And what the fuck is a humor anyway? Oh, my bile's gonna make me die. Made up non. You ever seen a bile in your life before, lady? Magdalene? No thank you. Alright, see you later then, Magdalene. Merry Christmas. We gotta keep a clear head, okay? We're still detecting. Magdalene, you finally come over to say hello. So you decided to use my full name now, have you? You asked me to. You never listen to your four now. He's playing nice in front of us. Hello, Magdalene. Happy Christmas, Eva, Till. Magdalene, how good to see you. How's that mural coming along in the Wrath House? Almost finished with it, I hear. That's right, the last I heard about it, you were still working on the middle section, the history of the saints, right? They don't need to know about our deception, okay? Well, you know what? We'll make her sound better than she was. Mother Francisca was kind enough to invite me into the convent so I could use the cloister as a reference. Sure, the interior of the convent's beautiful. The cloister was built in 1234, if I recall correctly. Lord Curacao was a generous patron of the Benedictines. It's nice to see the poor Clarice taking care of the place. Well, I mean, I guess they're not taking care of it. Oh shit, get his ass. Get his ass. The chapel mural had a Latin inscription saying the convent was built in 1261. Does it? Could have sworn I read the foundations were built earlier. Unless if Lord Curacao gave the burg freed up and the brother and sisters arrived later. Till, you're muttering to yourself again. My apologies. Because he's the one that was into history and whatnot. Anyway, Magdalene, what are you painting on the mural now? I'm working on depicting the revolt, but I think I angered Agnes when I asked her about it. That's right, you were just a few years old then. God, has it been that long? Don't worry about Agnes. She acts cranky, but she's never truly upset with anyone. Took years for Tassing to recover after that night. Thank God we've come a long way since then. Otto will be proud of what the town has accomplished. It's a shame he died without seeing what the town became. It is. Pray that St. Moritz has blessed him in heaven for all the work Otto did in his name. I'm sure the Lord's made a space for him, Eva. No, Magdalene, I think he'd be especially proud of you for memorializing Tassing in the mural. He'd be thrilled to think that you'd become a part of the family. I want to know. I mean, this just feels so rude, but we really don't want to marry Otz. Look at this fucking guy. Look at him. We're getting the hell out of this place. We're going to Prague, man. Because, I mean, I just want to say this to be polite, but it better not lock me into anything. Of course, Ott's been charmed by you for years now. I don't blame him. You're a beautiful young woman. Ah! I have to speak of Klaus, of course, but you and Otz are a good match. Hell no. Stare awkwardly. Anyway, don't mean to keep you chatting away with us older folks. Have fun and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Eva. Till. Merry Christmas, Otz. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Mags. God damn it, see? You lost your shot. Oh, you have more to say? Hey, Magdalene, sorry to bother you during the feast. Hello, Jordan. You need something? Well, all the chatter around the revolt earlier had me thinking. You're nearly done with the mural, aren't you? Last time you talked with the council, you said you were working on the final portion, painting the revolt. I don't mean to nag during the feast, though. That's Veronica's job. Ha ha. I should have it done soon. I've been listening to people around town talk about the revolt so I can get a better idea of how to paint it. Everyone has a different idea of how that night happened. And I think I finally settled on how I wanted to depict it. Have we? Yeah? Well? I don't know. I'm thinking 1 or 3. Show the aftermath of the revolt and paint the ruined abbey surrounded by everyone who died and their families. I kind of like 1 being a bit more optimistic, I suppose. Because I feel like 3 is just going to bum people out. Like, it's maybe... I mean, I guess it depends, like, how do you want to look at the day? I mean, it is a tragedy. I think if I lived in the town, I'd want to see 1 over 3. Because you're still showcasing, I mean, the soldiers and everything that happened is still implied. It's not like you're ignoring it. But I don't want to just be like just showcasing the trauma of it. Like showcasing that it was all for it, there was a reason for it all. That's a good perspective. Shows what happens without being too detailed about, well, what happened. I'm sure everyone will love it. Klaus will be proud of the design you picked. Evo will like that especially. Anyway, get out of your way. You got better things to do. I think Otz is looking for you too. He always is. I think I'll actually go home for the night. I've had enough of Otz's flirting. I should check in on my dad. I want to go up to the 2nd floor. Tell him hello from all of us, alright? Wait. Were there people on the 2nd floor? Okay, well, if there were, we didn't get to talk to them. Head home. Oh, God. Oh, crazy lady. I mean, you're not crazy. You're, you know... I didn't mean that in the way that I meant it. You know what I mean? Now, you may be a murderer, so... God bless you and Merry Christmas, Magdalene. Oh, shit. Oh, okay, she knows who she is. Merry Christmas, Sister Amelie. I guess it makes sense that she would have met her at least once. Were we bothering you with the noise next door? No, not at all. Hearing people celebrating Christ's birth brings me great joy. Also, you only ever show up before somebody dies. Oh, no. I mean, they did tell us right from the beginning our dad was gonna die, so, you know, kind of always knew it was gonna happen, but... Which I do actually kind of like. Like, just assuming that he does die. I think having it be something that's a bit more prolonged gives it a lot more impact, right? Than if they just immediately killed him off at the start of the section. Because I think it being this kind of thing that you know is going to happen, and the kind of sense of building dread over it, and the way it potentially impacts Magdalene's state of mind, is a lot more interesting than if it had just been like, oh no, he died, isn't that shocking? In general, I actually prefer it when deaths are a bit more prolonged, rather than just being like, boom, somebody died. Isn't that crazy? Christmas should be a heartening time of year for all of us. I enjoyed seeing everyone feeling better about the future, especially after all that Tassing has endured. The people here have suffered greatly, but we must always find hope in the midst of despair. It is fitting to celebrate Christ's birth on days with so little light and warmth. People need Christmas in the depths of winter to remind them that spring will return. And when we all have a chance to live again... Magdalene, who is that? Oh, crazy man. Someone who's been following me. Andres! Is it you? Excuse me, Sister Amelie. I need to check on my father. Of course, God bless you. Thank you, sister. I mean, if he did get his ass, like, the door's open. Why get Klaus, though? You should get us. Someone here? Dad? I mean, at the very least, he wasn't stabbed or nothing, but thank God. Okay, he's alive. Magdalene, is that you? I thought maybe he was going to be dead. What's the matter? Someone was standing near the house. The door was open. I was afraid something might have happened to you. Sorry, I didn't hear anything. Been asleep most of the day, most of the evening too. Unless they're going after our stuff or something. Worried about you, Magdalene. You worried about me? Working too hard. I know taking care of me takes up so much of your time. I know how hard you've been working on the mural. I wanted to finish it before Christmas. Oh, yeah. The stutter is supposed to be heard thinking before he died. I know. Damn near impossible task given the size of the Roth house. Well, hey, if you did just one wall. I'm not gonna make it, Magdalene. Are you a doctor now? I've known Werner Stolz long enough to know when he's going through the motions. He's never been kind, but he has a special coldness to him when he's attending to a dead man. Yeah, but he's also really bad at his job, so he doesn't know what he's saying. It's alright. This is just life. I'm glad I'm going before you, even if it's sooner than either of us would have liked. I've already seen too much death in my time. Just wanted to show you what I could do. Wanted you to be proud of me. I have been, every day of your life. You've never needed to prove anything to me. I wish I could stay to see the mural when you finish it, but I don't need to. I know it'd be more beautiful than anything these old hands have ever made. Don't say that. It's true, though. Me and got along alright. But I always knew you'd surpass me before long. You can already see things that I never could. See things and make them real. Trying. You're doing it. Whether I die tonight or tomorrow or the next day, I'm not going to be here much longer. One morning you're going to wake up and you'll have to do things for yourself. Love things for yourself, and you'll have to share it with the world. Love is the only reason to do anything in this life. All this talking. Too much. Could you bring me something to eat? Of course, Dad. You haven't eaten all day. I missed the Christmas feast, too. Can't believe nobody brought me a cookie. I'll go get some soup. That's a really, really good scene. Like, that's so much more impactful than, like, if he had just died at the start. Oh, shit. Okay, I didn't actually expect that. Klaus. Sorry, Klaus. About everything. You're here. Oh. Trying to keep Magdalene safe. I don't really know what the hell's going on. I think so. These days I feel like my mind's been cracking apart. So it is Andreas. I don't know how the hell his ass lived, but... or why he's running around. Sometimes I'm not sure where I am. Have we been trying to keep Magdalene safe? I mean, he did drop a rock on our ass, presumably. Which seems kind of not good. I've been trying to figure it out this whole time. After the fire, it's all I could think about. That and them have never left me. They're all still there, all in the dance of death. The Baron, Piero, Guy, Henrik, Peter, Otto, August, and now you. Dad? Oh God, it's you. Who are you? What are you doing to my father? Magdalene, it's alright, it's alright. Sorry, forgot my manners after all these years. And you've likely forgotten my face, or what it once was. Magdalene, this is Andreas Mahler. Back from the dead. Earliest memory I have of you is running into a burning library. Sorry. It was a pretty dumb thing to do in hindsight. I understand, no one could have survived that. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did. I understand, Andreas. Where have you been all these years? Hiding from the world. In the ruins, mostly. Sometimes in the woods, when it was warm. But, like, what have you been eating? Stealing bread from Gret. Stealing books from you. Oh, so I wasn't going crazy. It's the only thing that's kept my mind from forgetting what words are. Wait, how did you survive the fire? With some difficulty. Grabbed as many books as I could and threw them into the scriptorium. When the smoke got too thick, I started to black out. Next thing I remember, Caspar pulling me into the crypt. Caspar! Your apprentice, the boy. You sent him back to Salzburg. Yeah, he didn't listen to our ass. He didn't leave. So what happens if he does leave? He waited in the woods and watched what was happening. When he saw me in the window of the library, he ran through the crypt to save me. And he did. But he saw I was trying to save the books and, he went back in. Couldn't stop him. I was barely conscious. I wonder how that works then if Caspar doesn't... Because it makes it, because we failed the skill check to make him leave. So I presume if we had gotten it, he would have actually left. So I wonder how this would have been different. Never came back out, Klaus. When I woke up, everyone was dead or gone. I couldn't face any of you. Couldn't go back to Sabine, that empty house. So I hid. You painted over the dance of death in the Abbey. Turns out I had a reason to keep painting. Sorry if I scared you. No one's come to the Abbey for years, thought I was safe there. I was afraid to talk to you. Afraid to talk to anyone. Did you leave us the notes? The one with the purple writing? Ah. No, those are written by a different occult hand. One that does not want you to finish your mural. One that has killed and may kill again to stop you from telling Tassing's history. Tassing's history? Why? Because Tassing's real history is at odds with the story we've all been told. Been covered, bit by bit, layer by layer, till it could no longer be seen. But it's still here. It's always been here, hidden beneath our feet. It's still protected, haunted by the specter of death that's hung over this place for generations. Thread puller. Thread puller beneath our feet. What are you talking about? The person who attacked your father is the same person who manipulated somebody into killing Otto Zimmerman. And Lawrence Rothvogel. Yes, and they travel through the Roman aqueduct that connects Tassing and Curacao. It's a network of tunnels I've become quite familiar with. And I've seen the ghost that haunts them, that can squeeze through the tiniest opening. I've seen it bend itself in half to reach places I could never follow. I've traveled along every inch of the aqueduct in the old city. There's one place I've never found. The lair where the thread puller retreats to, the ancient Roman temple that is determined to hide from view. The Mithrium? You found it? No, but I mapped out a darkness between the collapsed tunnels. And I believe I know how to get there. Come with me. I'll show you. Dad? He's a good man, Magdalene. You'll be safe with him. Will you be alright? I'll be fine. Protect my daughter, Andreas. With my life claws, I promise. Alright, let's find the Mithrium. Alright. Yeah, I don't know, I mean... So, essentially I've had two main theories. Lady in the cell is the one murdering people. Either because... I don't know. I mean, obviously she's got an illness, right? So there could be many reasons for it. Or then there was the more recently, the entertaining the idea that we do know Andreas is a little not all there, right? That, maybe during the times when he's been having, he had his dreams, right? Where he's talking to the saints and whatnot. That could be a representation of him having like a psychosis. And it being that the reason why the scripts were written by him. And he's been the one killing people, which I didn't really like that idea. And I'm glad it seems like we're not going that way. Now, we still could. It still could be that Andreas is the killer and he doesn't know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't think of it being anything other than the lady. Which I don't really like because it feels a little too obvious. Just because she just sticks out like such a sore thumb. The Wrath House. What are we doing here? That or it's somebody we couldn't possibly know, which I also don't really like. I don't know. I am interested to see what they commit to and how they explain it, though. When the men dug the foundation, they found Roman ruins had been buried over time. Bucky never wasted stone, so he used the Roman wall as one of the cellars. There's a way inside. To the hidden place. Are you alright? Yes? Alright, into the Wrathskeller. Alright, that wall's different. Does that mean this is the place? Oh, it's two-sided. New and old. This was above ground once. It carried water. Look. Oh god, don't fucking hit me with a pickaxe. Cornelius Irit Bolonio et complete sextum Mithrium. Alright, I think I can make it out. Cornelius today, 6 Mithrium? Cornelius goes to the baths today and completes the 6th rank in the Mithrium. You see? I most certainly do not see Andreas. Well, it's like this would have been the... Well, here. Get his ass. Hit him with the ... This is the aqueduct. So the aqueduct carries water to the baths, so you think this will take us to the Mithrium? Exactly. You seem quite confident. We know it exists. I know where it is not. I believe this is the only place it could be. It must be near the baths. Well, you've already smashed a hole in the wall. May as well look. After you, please. I mean, if you're gonna kill us, you would have done it by now, so... Probably. Ooh. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, it does make me feel a little bit better about the whole Andreas randomly kills himself scene. I still think it's a little weird, but at least it has a purpose. I think. Caspar and I found a collapsed section of the aqueduct near town. Caspar! He explored it, but he couldn't describe what he found in the dark. I shouldn't have let him go. Should have taken more care with him. I can't be mean to Andreas, man. I'm just gonna say nothing. Sorry, we can go. Because I wouldn't know what to say in that situation. I mean, I don't know. Caspar was a good fucking dude. Now, he should have listened to us and gone back to Salzburg, but he didn't, and I guess we're... I mean, kind of glad that he did, but at the same time, I don't know. I miss Caspar. He was cool. Decoration. There must have been the... These must have been the baths. It wasn't like there's a way through. Silt. All the floods kept carrying it down here. Hundreds of years of floods. What if we can't get through? What if it's buried forever? It's too early to get this discouraged. Let's keep looking. Ooh. More stairs down? Would something be below the baths? Hypocaust. They used warm air to heat the rooms above. Roman colonies in the north often had them. Let's hope they haven't been filled with silt as well. Ooh. Do you know where we're going? These pillars just kind of go on in all directions. Andreas, could you look that way? I'm gonna try and explore ahead. Of course. No, you know. Oh, we're Andreas! Andreas is back! Look at him. Oh, shit. Lawrence, how could you abandon your work, Andreas? Thought you were a true artist, a master of your craft, but all you created was misery. Yeah, okay, whatever, Spectre. You can't tell me nothing I haven't already told myself. The only thing more pitiful than watching you work in that scriptorium was your love of that dying art. Yeah, okay, whatever, fucking necromancer ass. An eye for an eye, Andreas. You may have condemned me, but in doing so, you damned yourself as well. Master, why did you send me back into the flames? Okay, for the record, I did not do that shit. Caspar, if only you were slightly less of a good boy, you'd still be alive. Oh, shit. No, this isn't right. I can't be here right now. How did I get here? Andreas. You're still here. For a little longer. Thought I'd gone mad. Not yet. Not entirely. But you've been on this road for a long, long time. You must leave this place forever, Andreas. You must abandon it for good. But how? What can I do? I don't even know how I got here. This was once a place of refuge for you, Andreas. But it's become a prison. A prison you constructed to protect yourself. From what? From pain, from risk, from life itself. I can't stay here. I have to help Magdalene. How do I get out? Andreas, you are the architect. I'll help you as best I can, but you are the only one who can answer that. Oh, we're in the damn maze again. Okay. Okay, we're in the white lines, remember. Where's the exit? Hello, Andreas. Say nothing. I haven't talked in so long. Why? Hey, I gave you all my shit, man. You reminded me of August. Remind me. It wasn't all bad, Andreas. We lost him, but we had 4 years together. They were happy years, weren't they? I don't know, I wasn't there. It's hard to remember. This great black pain blots out all the joy. I know. It was hard for both of us. I don't blame you for anything. And you should stop blaming yourself. It may be too late for us, but it's not too late for you, Andreas. It's not too late for Magdalene. Yes, Magdalene. I have to help her. You can, Andreas, but you have to leave this place behind for good. I know. I can. I will. You will. Thank you, Sabine. Will I ever see you again? Not in this place. But maybe someday, in a better place. In a better dream. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's still the possibility Andreas is a psycho murderer. And he just doesn't know it. Because, I mean... This could be... Because, I mean, I feel like this could be a representation of him having, like, blackouts. Master Andreas! Oh. Caspar. It's really you. So good to see you again, Master. I told you not to call me that. How can you say that? You died because of me. I wanted to help you, Master Andreas. You couldn't think straight. You shouldn't blame yourself anymore. What should I do? Get back to life, I think. I wish I knew how. Help Magdalene, Master. And she'll help you. Alright, Caspar. Thank you. Thank you for everything you taught me. It seems a little self-serving for us to imagine Caspar being like, it's okay that I died because of you. Now, Caspar was a good boy, so he probably would say those things, but, there is a part of me that makes it feel a little weird that we're imagining Caspar forgiving us. What happened? This is the way out. Before I started talking to Caspar, I know this is the way out. Your mind is fighting itself, Andreas. It remembers the pain of life. It's trying to protect you from it. Beatrice? Yes. Thought you were gone. You brought me back. Oh. What do I do now? Keep going. Okay. I kept going, Beatrice. I kept going. Thought you were gonna change the path for me. I guess we're just retracing our steps. Man, just take me back to the dang middle. Ah, shit. Ah, Kel. Been so many nights, so many years without seeing your face. Thought I'd forgotten it. I knew you were still here, though. Quietly waiting for me. I can't change the past, can't cover it up. It's always there under the surface, no matter how I try and bury it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. It's alright. What? It's alright, Daddy. It is? You don't have to hide here anymore. What about you and Caspar? And your mother? We're not really here. And there are people who need you. What if I can't help them? I don't know. I'm too little. I think you have to figure that out on your own. Of course. You're right. Thank you. I love you, Daddy. I love you too. Good night, August. Good night. Shifted again. The walls. I'm still trying to protect you. No. It's not? Oh, I mean, no, I don't have to do this. This is my mind, my maze. And I'm leaving. Good. The next part might be confusing. Oh shit, oh god. Okay. I don't understand. I don't understand any of this. Did I make this? You borrowed it. From where? From what? There are layers to everything, even our memories. Over time, the foundations become buried. We can no longer recall how we got here, no longer recall what came before. And what came before? Our Lady, watching over the labyrinth as I watch over you. And even this has roots that deep into the past, or reach deep. It was not always a lady to watch over the labyrinth, but there was a labyrinth. Oh. I don't understand. Sister Amelie? Okay. They did go that direction, which... It was kind of the only answer that you could really have, but... Is this real? Am I still in my mind? You're here with me. And we are here in spirit. You look like Beatrice a moment ago. Beatrice? I don't know her. We're in the tabernacle, in the heart of the labyrinth. Your spirit was wandering, and the Lord brought you here. I don't understand. How did you leave your cell? I have not. We're only here in spirit, Andreas. Am I having a vision? I know it's confusing. I'm not even sure of my own visions. But if you're here with me, it's the will of the Lord. It's Andreas, Sister Amelie. What are you doing here, sister? This is the center of the labyrinth, the tabernacle. It's where the Lord sends my spirit to do His will. God has also guided your spirits here. There must be a purpose to it. Hey, doesn't God also say murder's bad sometimes? The Lord's will, what do you mean? I do not know myself. I do not dare to comprehend, only to serve. And it's my duty to answer when I am called. Lady, you have a fucking medical condition. The Lord has called me to this place for many years. He has made His will known to me. Soon He will make it known to you. Sister, how does your spirit come to this place? Through the door between life and death. When my spirit hears the call, it descends through my grave. Here the Lord tells me what messages I must bear, and to whom. Okay, so it is pretty much exactly what we said, which... I mean, you know, I was kind of hoping maybe it was like a big red herring, but there really wasn't any other leads other than it be Anomaly killing people, because... I mean, I guess really the main... I don't know why you would kill Otto. Because, I mean, the other stuff, there's a link to the idea of... like, uncovering the Roman history of Tassing and the pagan history. Right? You know, the Baron would have been killed because of the Historia Tassia. Possibly even the previous abbot who also had the book. We don't necessarily know how he died, but it's possible he was killed by her as well. And Otto, I guess just because he kind of represented a general threat to the Abbey. But, you know, I get the whole, like, you know, burying history theme they're going for here. It's neat. You deliver messages. Yes, once long ago I was a scribe. Okay, so there's the explanation for that. I copied many works of the great church doctors. Oregon in particular. That all ended with the fire, ended with my life. Wait. Thought I'd given up the pen forever until the visions returned. That's pretty cool. No. When fire took my abbey, I couldn't save my sisters. Not one. All I could grab was a single book and a bolt of purple ink cloth. I couldn't understand why God had spared me alone. But he showed me. God had a higher purpose for me, for my hand. Fuck! I messed up my monologue! No! Hey, can you guys walk back into the temple? Can we redo this? Father Thomas explained it to me. He makes everything clear. He tells me what I must do, what the Lord wills me to do. It was you the whole time. You wrote the notes. So yeah, I don't know if that means Thomas is in on it as well. Like if he's actually like taking advantage of her psychosis, or if it's just inadvertent. I found one with my dad when he was attacked. I could kind of see it being both ways. Father Thomas, he is a little bit of a freak, so I could see him sending her out to kill people. But I could also see it, him being a, you know, not knowing what he's encouraging her to do. Mr. Amelie, you pushed those people into committing murder. What? No, that can't be true. The Lord would not use me for such a purpose. And I guess that actually just would mean that, like, whoever you pick to be the killer is technically correct. Like, maybe that's the way they're going for it. Like, everyone has a motive, and whoever it is you pick is, like, retroactively made the canonical killer. There isn't actually a one true killer. Maybe it wasn't the Lord's will, but your own? No. Someone else's. No, I wouldn't. He wouldn't. There was nothing in his message about murder. No, 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 I am not here. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Or it could be Thomas is killing people. Oh, there he is. Okay. Well, presumably, I guess Thomas is evil then. Sister Amelie, shush, it's alright. Okay, so Thomas's connection, I didn't know, was not entirely obvious. So, I'll give him points for that. Father Thomas, how did you get down here? Tassing is an old place. It's buried many ancient roads and tunnels over the centuries. People walk above the hidden ways every day without even knowing it. Though in truth it was Sister Amelie who discovered them first and found this place. Father Thomas, did you In other circumstances, I would be overjoyed to see you, Andreas. In truth, I'm still happy you are alive, thank God. But I think the occasion for this reunion leaves little to rejoice about. You? You and Sister Amelie were behind all the murders? No, she had no part in this. But the notes, she wrote them. She did, but she didn't understand their purpose. I guided her, told her what to write. What was the point of all this? Look around you. What do you see? Roman ruins. Look closer. It's like the statue of St. Moritz from the meadow. And the images of St. Satya from the shrine. I don't understand. It's St. Moritz and St. Satya and Mars and Diana. Well, the saints are the gods? When the Romans left Tassing, their buildings, their temples, their statues remained. Christians settled here centuries later. They found time-worn fragments of that imperial grasp. The statue of Mars Potter that once watched over the Roman fields stood there still, headless and nameless. The settlers believed it was St. Moritz, who was already a legend where they had come from. They found the shrines to Sati, and not understanding she was an aspect of Diana, believed she was another local saint. Okay, so the people turned them into saints? Sanctity and sainthood exist outside of what people believe, Magdalene. Yeah, not really. People cannot turn someone into a saint any more than they can unmake the divinity of Christ. Well... But they knew of the saints and learned local legends of the region and applied them to the figures they found here. No one knew there were Roman gods because there was no account of what the Romans did and left here. Except for Historia Tassia. But Historia Tassia was not known then. Perhaps it had not even been written then. Who knows how long that book had been lost before it made its way to Father Matthias. And you killed him for it. Yes, with poison. No one suspected. He died of poison and no one suspected? His death was unexpected, but how was the only person he confided in about what he had read in Historia Tassia. When Father Matthias learned that there was no evidence that St. Moritz had ever come to Tassing, that the shrine to him in the meadow was a statue to Mars and that Romans had erected hundreds of years ago, that St. Satya was the Roman goddess Diana, he resolved to deal with it. And you resolved to deal with him. See, I do like they actually salvaged it really well, making Thomas the real bad guy. I think I was a little blindsided actually by ascribing too much proactive action to Amelie. So that's actually really well done. So she did function as both like a slight red herring, while also being like actually suspicious. So I think that was pretty well done. Andreas, our people believe in St. Moritz. They believe in the miracles God has worked through his hand. Yeah, but like, isn't murder bad? You know? Isn't it supposed to be bad? Oh no, when I want to do it, actually God's okay with it. And they believe in the legend of Saint Satya, that she helped Moritz and watches over Tassing still. And that was worth killing the abbot. I believed it was then, yes. If Saint Moritz never came to Tassing, what is a reliquary? What are the pilgrims coming to see? What does it mean for the people who prayed to him, to Saint Satya, and believed that their prayers were answered? What does it mean for the church that has given people hope, fixed like a false star in a dark sky? If the people had reason to doubt the validity of the saints, can they doubt the church? Can they doubt the gospel, the word of God? I mean, do you have so little faith in ordinary people? I have faith in God. And I have seen firsthand what can happen when people become disconnected from our God. When people believe that all just authority is false and that their own education and reason are superior to divine truth, Says the guy who murders people. Dude's like definitely the bell curve meme, where it's like on, you know, the low IQ and the high IQ version, murder's bad. Father Thomas in the middle. Actually, under some circumstances, it's actually God would want me to murder people. You've always told us we'd accept Christ of our own free will. Of course, but observing the legends of our saints doesn't interfere with individual volition. You're preserving a lie. I preserved a lie to illuminate greater truth. God so loved the world that he gave his only son. You believe this? You truly believe this? Eternal life is yours. The saints have walked among us, and their relics work miracles, and they hear our prayers and answer them. And the two that protect this town were never here. They don't need to know that, Andreas. There are times when God feels so far away from us in these mountains. But a peasant in Tassing can stand in a field, look over our valley, and say, St. Moritz was here. God was with us, and God is with us still, and he will always be with us. And that is the truth, even if the legend of St. Moritz is a lie. How many people have died because of what you've done? I know this is hard to believe, but I was trying to save lives, to prevent death. One murder didn't solve the problem, did it? Or one murder didn't solve the problem. Because one day, Baron Rothvogel rode into town with another copy of Historia Tassia. A copy he promised to give to the abbot so Curacao could come to terms with its past. And if Father Gonneau read its contents, you'd be facing the same danger you saw in Father Matthias. In retrospect, given how Father Gonneau chose to run the abbey, my fears may have been unfounded. Sentiment didn't prevent you from doing it again. You're right, it didn't. But then why Otto? Certainly he didn't have anything to do with Historia Tassia. He couldn't even read. Oh yeah, because he had the skull, right? That we never really got to follow up on. Or he said he thought he found like the head of St. Moritz. Which I guess now I think about it, it was probably the statue's head. Is probably what he found. Maybe. In the end, his murder provoked Peter and others in destroying the abbey. I never thought that would happen. I underestimated Peter's anger and the peasants' frustration. Yeah, because you're fucking out of touch dweeb. You seem to have a difficult time reading people, Father. It appears that way, yes. I was trying to prevent Otto from showing people what he found. What he found when he was helping to dig the foundation of the Rathaus. Something from our pagan ancestors? No, not quite so old. What he found was a stone head. Okay, it is. The missing head of the statue in the meadow. The statue at the shrine of St. Moritz. How did it wind up over there? The most likely culprits are rain, floods, and time. Black Till told me the farmers find old tools and pottery in the fields every year. Yes, and this head remained hidden for centuries. It sat in the soil until Otto found it. He was going to show everyone that God had favored the town with his discovery. Otto could not know is that our shrine statue was not of St. Moritz. Yeah, but they wouldn't know. Otto could not read the word. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, there's the head right there. Okay. Really? He couldn't figure out Mars? Come on, man. I feel like most people probably know that. Or at least Potter. The man he entrusted with this information, the town priest, could? Yes. You told him to meet you on St. John's Eve at the Rathaus. Okay, so Thomas did actually... there was still kind of a slight amount of... It's just him manipulating people into murdering him. But no, so he basically just framed people for his own benefit. So he's like a extra turbo piece of shit. Could not let him destroy our towns, because I was kind of like, I thought it would be a little interesting if it was that these other people did actually commit the murder. But it was still like Thomas was responsible for it in a way. Because I do also think it would be kind of neat to have, instead of all the decisions where you pick someone, or the two times you pick someone to die, you, instead of knowing that you're wrong, because there's obviously more going on that you can't explore at that point. It actually being that retroactively, all those events are like canon, right? They did commit those murders and you were right in killing them. But, because I don't really like the idea of it being like, oh, you have to pick someone who's innocent, you know? Like that you're forced into failure, which is kind of how I felt, because, you know, like in the initial one, we knew there was more going on with the notes. I can not even destroy our town's beliefs. You had poor Sister Amelie write down what you told her were visions she couldn't remember, and deliver them to the dead of night to Guy, to Hannah, to Martin, so that one of them would murder Otto just as somebody murdered Lawrence. What about my father? So wait, maybe he didn't do it then. Okay, so he just got him to go there. So he just got them to meet. So I guess they are doing that, where it's whoever you pick is technically the killer. Maybe. Which I kind of like more than it's like the killer is a secret person that you can't actually get. I'm sorry, Magdalene. So never mind. They actually did the thing that I was hoping they would do. How could you? None of this was easy for me. I felt a little bad about murdering people. Well, I'm actually the real victim here. Me, Father Thomas. I always thought I was doing what needed to be done. Was it because of the mural? Yes. Klaus pursued the project with the determination of a guilty man doing penance. He kept digging and digging for answers about Tassing's past, Kurosawa's past. I was afraid that sooner or later he would find out about Moritz, Satya, this place, everything. So you tried to kill him? No, I tried to scare him. First with the note, but he ignored it. I thought if I ransacked the workshop, it would scare him off. I didn't expect him to come down so quickly. It was just an accident. It wasn't an accident. You almost killed him. I mean, you did kill him. I mean, even if it happens 3 months later, you're still guilty of that shit. I know. What are you gonna do now? Kill me? Kill Magdalene? No, of course not. I have neither the means nor the will to do so. But even if I can't stop you from telling people what I've done, I can stop them from finding this place. Get his ass. Father Thomas, what are you doing? Burying the past. Even if it destroys the church above us, I'll make sure no one ever sees this place. Father, you're gonna kill us all. You're gonna kill Amelie. Then leave and take her with you. You didn't tell the townsfolk what you... Can't we just fucking tackle him? He's an old man. I mean, you're old, but there's 2 of us. And you're younger than Thomas. And come on, man. I know you've been out there fucking lifting logs and shit. You were inspired by Big Jorg. You can tell the townsfolk what you want, but if you stay here, we'll die together. You really kill yourself and destroy the churches to hide this secret? Churches can be rebuilt more easily than faith. I'm willing to pay the price for that. Can't we just tackle him? I hate it when... people just stand there not doing anything. Go! Now we should... Magdalene, you should have grabbed the damn head. Are you alright? How's Sister Amelie? She's still out, but I think she's fine. And I do like that she's not actually that guilty. Because I wouldn't have entirely liked the idea of it's like, oh, she, you know, the killer is just somebody with psychosis. I like the... I mean, Thomas has his own psychosis, but more just like a criminal lack of empathy. I must have heard that at the Golden Hand. The entire church collapsing? I hope so. What are we going to tell them? The fucking truth? What do you mean? About this? About everything. Why wouldn't we just tell him the truth? The same reason Father Thomas hid it. I don't give a shit. You can't be serious. I know I'm not of a healthy mind, but just listen to me. Nah, absolutely not. What good will it do to tell everyone about St. Moritz and St. Satia? Maybe Father Thomas was right about that, if nothing else. Maybe it would break their faith. If their faith is so fucking fragile, then they don't really believe that shit to begin with. And if your faith is built on falsehoods, then, I don't know, it's kind of a silly thing to believe in to begin with. No. We will tell them the truth. Know them better than I do. Especially since I've been away for so long. Came back after all this time to solve this, but it's hard to feel like we actually accomplished anything. We any better off than we were this morning? Father Thomas won't be able to hurt anyone else. Maybe he never would have. I think you're right. We should tell them. About the saints, the Romans, all of it. Nah, we're telling them. It doesn't really feel that bad. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because I'm not religious. So, and plus I've already gone through the whole, like, not really, I don't know how to phrase it, but like, I mean, I used to be religious, right? And then I grew out of it. So I guess it's like because I've already gone through it, I see it as a good thing personally. So I guess I just, like, my viewpoint, I can't see it as like a bad thing. But if I like truly believed in it, then yeah, I can kind of see how you would feel this way. Not to the point of like murdering people, but like feeling bad about telling people the truth. And we'll tell them. Good. I mean, I think it's not going to change anything. I don't think these people are in too deep, alright? Learning that, oh, the statue was actually of some other people and some guys just got confused about it, it's not going to shatter their faith. We should get Sister Amelie someplace warm. We can take her to my house. You'll probably have some explaining to do. A lot, I think. It's been a long time coming. I'm glad you didn't die in that fire. I am too. I think. Merry Christmas, Andreas. Merry Christmas. Oh, he's still alive. Oh! Agland, you made it back! Did you think I wouldn't? Well, I heard there's a terrible din and the house shook. I feared the worst. Is everything alright? I don't think so, Dad, but it will be. You alright, Dad? Sorry. Just tired. Sit by me. Tell me what happened. It started in the Roth house, well, the Rothskeller. Andreas found an old Roman message there that pointed to the Mithrium. Huh. So we went to the aqueduct. The section we found must have been closed off for centuries. Found an old Roman bathhouse. We couldn't go through, so we found our way down to a level under the baths. I think Andreas said it was a hypocaust? Andreas got separated from me. Kept talking about how he was in a maze. I was really afraid I'd lost him, that we'd both gotten lost down there. Then I heard his voice off in the distance, and I was so relieved. Dad? Are you still listening? that's really well done. I mean, this whole climax has been, like, I mean, about as good as I could hope for. And I think that really does just show, like, how much more impactful a death is if you kind of, I mean, dwell on it's maybe not the right word, but, like, let it breathe and give it the meaning that it should. Because, like, if they had just killed Klaus at the start, I don't think that would have had basically any impact at all. But, like, having it be this slow build-up where it's also, like, you know what's going to happen just makes it work so much better. I know it's hard. I mean, I can only imagine how hard it is. But we all do our best to make you feel welcome when you get here. And it's strange to think this will probably be the last letter I send to you. So I'll end it with my love. Esther. Magdalene? Yes. Sorry to disturb you. I wanted to let you know that everything is in order. Altus has ensured that all the financial matters will be handled. The money will be forwarded to you via the Reichspost as soon as everything is settled. I appreciate it. Please thank him for me. Thank him for everything. Of course, Mr. Struckrein. I did not know your father well, but I know that he was well regarded by everyone who spoke of him. Yeah, so what is our situation? I guess we were selling the shop, but... And we're going to Prague? I guess? Like, I don't really know how the inheritance stuff would work. It seems that Tassing has lost many things in one man. I'm very sorry. Because, I mean, I guess we're losing the land and everything, which is fucked, but I guess we're getting some compensation for the stuff being sold off. Thank you. Good fortune to you. You know, kind of like an awkward thing where normally I would keep going and just presume this is, you know, we got about 30 minutes left, but it did have like a new, like an act, not an act 9, but like, you know, chapter 9 thing pop up when we were still on 8 for the longest time. So I don't know exactly how long this is going to be. And I only have about an hour left to record. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep going. And if the game ends in about 20 minutes, we'll just have like a 90-minute finale. And if it goes beyond that, then we will cut the video here and start the finale from this point tomorrow or in the next video. That, or I may have already, because I mean, because we got into the whole Father Thomas thing at kind of an awkward time where it's still only like 30 minutes. I don't know. But yeah, man, the Father Thomas stuff was great. I thought that was all really well done. And it does seem like they went with the Father Thomas didn't actually commit the murders, so you didn't necessarily kill an innocent person. A, you still just can't entirely know that you didn't kill somebody innocent. But it is not that you're guaranteed to have killed somebody innocent, which is the way it kind of felt at the time. So I do like that in the sense that it's not like you have no chance of getting the possible killer correct. It's that basically all of them were the killers and all of them weren't the killers at the same time. Are you sure you have everything you need? I think so. I made you something to take with you on the road. It's chamomile, cinnamon, and wheat flour. You're traveling and you're having cramps. I know, I'll use it. Well, Hildegard's recipe just called for chamomile and wheat flour. I added the cinnamon for taste. Sorry about what happened to your father. Thank you. Mother Franziska had us all say prayers for him. And for you as well, when she heard you were leaving. I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything. Just keep us in your prayers from time to time. Well, I'll miss you so much, Magdalene. I'll miss you too. God bless you. Safe travels. Now, actually, I do need to, like, pause now that I think about it, because I have to do something in a few minutes. So, we'll probably either end the video here or keep going and this is the finale. I don't know. Alright, we're back. Now this is either going to be the start of our finale of Pentiment, or we're just continuing onward from the same video, but we'll see, because I don't really know exactly. I mean, if we're talking to everyone, I could see this taking a little while. But if it's only like 20 minutes, then it's not really worth being its own video. Magdalene, I can't believe you're really leaving. You should come visit me. Haha. The farthest I've ever been is the Mittenwald Market, so I don't think that's very likely. Write to us, though. We want to hear about your new life. I will, I promise. You're a special girl, Magdalene Druckrine. I understand why you're leaving. God knows you have good cause. But Tassing won't be the same without you. Safe travels, and God bless you. Oh, we got a new father? Hey, Mags. Otto. I'm really sorry about your dad. He was always nice to me. Mom says he was a good man. He was a good dad. Well, thanks. I should get going. Mags! Magdalene. You sure you don't want to marry me? Maybe if actually I think us being this mean is kind of a kindness, right? Because it's like it'll be easier for him to move on and be like, God, that Magdalene was such a little. Because like I don't really feel that bad about Ots, but we kind of made the decision to leave and go to Prague, so I think in a way this might be a kindness. Is how I'm going to wrap my head around saying it because it's got the fancy icon. Look after your mother, Ots. Good morning, Mr. Struckron. Are you off soon? Yes, Father, just saying my last few farewells. Of course, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to know you or your father. God rest his soul. I am too. Don't let those Bohemians put any heretical ideas in your head. Once their promiscuous seeds take root, they can choke the faith right out of you. I'll keep my guard up. Good, good, keep the faith. But from their point of view, you're the heretics. God bless you, Father Elias. God bless you and your travels. God bless you as well, Sister Amelie. Are you leaving today? I am. I'm just heading up the mill in a bit. So sorry for everything that happened. And well, that was winter. It's spring now. True. We all must try to live again. And hey, you get to live outside. Maybe you'll learn to like it. Thank you for helping me. Do you know what you'll do now? Will you become an anchoress again? I don't know, honestly. Father Elias is trying to help me, but I need to learn to rely on my own judgment a little more. Damn true. It's going to take a long time to atone for my part in what happened. Well, I mean, you're not that guilty. Perhaps the rest of my life. I mean, I don't know. Because, I mean, even if you had come to the realization that Father Thomas is taking advantage of you, I don't think she had enough information to... Because I'm trying to remember the notes. That because, I mean, she wrote, like, stop several times. They were just that, like, you know, stuff like he knows and things. Like, I don't think she ever... No, because I feel like that was the one that we found that specifically named Otto. So, I don't know. I mean, I think there's an argument that she should have known better, but I can't hold it too much against her. You were tricked. We all were. Even so, I must make amends. I'm writing an account of what happened here. As well as I can. Remember it anyway. It's not enough to earn forgiveness. I pray that will at least illuminate this history of great darkness. Good. It's worth remembering. God bless you, Sister Amila. God bless you and keep you safe on your travels, Magdalene. Yes, we can actually go to the mill. Or can I can't walk past you. Are we done? Gertrude, let me past. Are you sure of everything you need? I think so. Didn't we do this already? Okay, I did have to reload the game. When I paused there. Or I didn't have to, but I was like, I don't know if I thought what I was going to have to do was going to take longer and I was going to come back tomorrow, but then I'm like, I just want to try and see if I can finish it. Because I do have to leave in like 13 minutes. Maybe a little longer. That's sweet. Thank her for me. I will. Okay, so maybe that's... It didn't save us as having talked to her? Ah, there we go. Now we can go to the mill. Magdalene, dear, I wish you'd stay with us. Little Andreas and Ulrich will miss you greatly. I'll miss them also. Tassing's not the place for me. It's past time to leave. You'll find your happiness out there yet, somewhere beyond the hills and valleys. I know it in my heart. God looks after you as he does all of us. None of us can truly know what lies on the road ahead. God knows. Yeah, okay, whatever. Had to fucking hit me with a little one-upmanship, didn't you? Actually, maybe one day you'll come to visit us again, with your own family in tow. Maybe. If not, please do write of your life out there. When I was younger, I often dreamed of traveling, visiting the many kingdoms. But I found my peace here. Here and now in Tassing, even after all that happened. With the revolt? Yes, and Linhart. It was a frightening time, not only to me, but to Paul and to Anna. Probably what brought them together in the end, a miracle. My little darlings, without them I'd never have had little Andreas and Ulrich. Rambling. Stay safe on the road, Magdalene, dear. We're still in dangerous times. I will. Godspeed. Andreas, what the hell? Bro, you looking young. Sure I look alright? Of course, Andreas, you look perfectly respectable. You're a little worse for wear, but a good sight better than you were. It was kind of the woman to help clean me up. Afraid I'd forgotten how to look after myself. Some would say you took care of yourself quite admirably. How many men here could have survived in a burned out cellar for the better part of 20 years? It does seem a little unlikely that A, he would have been able to live like that, and B, nobody would have noticed. Hey, they're drawing on the mill, that's cool. Subsisting on our discarded rye, no less. Sorry about that. You know, we did say Andreas did love his rye. Andreas, I've already told you, it's alright now. Magdalene! Hello, Magdalene. Are you off soon? Hello, yes, I'm riding with your flower to Mittenwald, then I'll head down to Isar. Sorry to see you go, Magdalene. I hope Prague is everything you've dreamed of. If it's half the city Esther describes, I'm sure I'll love it. I'll have a chance to make a life of your own there. Oh, we got like a couple years and then we're screwed. God knows I've squandered so much of mine. Use the time you have and use it well. I will. I don't know how, but I will. I don't know, maybe we just live with Estar. Maybe we don't need to have a home of our own. I wish he could have seen it, Andreas. I know. He would have loved it. Oh yeah, we need to see the mural. I hope so. Hey, Magdalene, if angels carried him down to bear witness, the heavenly hosts would have wept at it. You should have become a poet. I don't have the talent for it. Maybe not, but you do have the temperament. That's really cool. I really like the way the dual protagonist thing ended up in the end. You know, I was a little leery of it at first, just because the way Andreas quote-unquote died was still pretty silly. And I maintain that it was kind of silly. But I think they did a really good job of giving Magdalene enough time to, like, grow an attachment to her on her own. And then bringing Andreas back at the end was really good. Magdalene, I wanted to ask, like, honestly, this whole, like, last 2 hours has been, like, incredible. I wanted to ask you something about the mural before you go. I thought it was supposed to cover the whole wall. Why'd you leave a section blank? For the future. For the future. Unless history's gonna stop in Tassing the moment I roll down the road. Think your wagon's about to leave. Oh, it is. Hardly feels like enough time. Can I see the mural? Thank you for everything you did for me. For my family. God bless you, Andreas Mahler. Do I get to see the mural? Andreas? You alright? I'm lost. That's alright. You're welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Besides, you can't leave yet. The children require your expertise. Oh? They're up on the mill, the walkway. I'll have supper ready when you're done. Just remember, you're always welcome at our home, Andreas. Thank you. Oh, we're gonna be Andreas for a little bit? Ah, we are! Can I go anywhere other than the windmill? Just to make sure? Okay. Yeah, so now we'll get to see the mural as Andreas. They're gonna, like, when the windmill goes through, they're gonna be old. Right, do I get to see the mural? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I guess they're saying that the book that we've been, you know, playing through the whole time was Chickadee's book. That's cool. Man, like, I had already really liked the game, but, like, it's just nailed the whole ending. Like, it's just done so well. I like that one. Our recreation of the Mithrium. I guess that maybe would be different if you didn't choose to tell the truth. Honestly, I think, like, in reality, they just wouldn't believe our ass. They'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever, Magdalene. Oh.
Das küsste mich auf Deutsch und sprach auf Deutsch. Man glaubt, es kaum wie gut.
Man, old Peter's still kicking, man. Oh, Apollo had a Peter. Oh, they killed fucking Vasklov? Werner. Man, she got busy in a few years, man. I mean, they were already a little older. It was churning them out. Hey. That's cool. It was a little weird drawing the guy you guys murdered. Well, I don't know. We don't necessarily know they killed him, but it may just be that he got killed somewhere else. And they could be like, oh, that's fucked up. Oh man, the whole last 2 hours of this game was fantastic. Like, just so well executed. I mean, I kind of already offered a lot of my thoughts as events were happening, but really, really good. Like, I enjoyed the game. I mean, I went into it expecting to like it, but I would say I liked it even more. Like, yeah, I mean, really the only problems I have are just kind of some minor quibbles and just the kind of the gameplay aspect. It not being super clear, like, when there's people to talk to, like, missable content and stuff when it comes to dialogue. Just with, like, the ambient NPCs and stuff, and the general traversal. I think maybe if you could, like, have a fucking haul ass button, that would be nice. And then also the skill checks were a little obtuse at times. Like, it felt like most of the skill checks we passed in Andreas's route were just because of, like, the +3 you get for, like, oratory background that we got on a lot of them. Like for example, you know, we didn't pass a single Magdalene skill check, I'm pretty sure, across the entire game, which that felt kind of bad. So, like, I guess kind of the gameplay aspects of some of the background stuff didn't feel, like, super well done. But in terms of the actual thing that mattered, which was, like, the story and everything, great. I liked the way the Amalia stuff was done, where I really, honestly, it's probably just a bit of, like, me being sight blind when it comes to not suspecting Father Thomas. So I think it was actually a well done like red herring, where A, it wasn't a complete red herring, because I would have been annoyed if it was, oh yeah, the lady, she's just there, she's not actually like super important or anything. But I'm glad that she wasn't actually the mastermind behind everything. Because A, it just felt like way too obvious, and B, I wouldn't have really liked the killer is the lady who has like a clear disability, right? So instead of being Father Thomas, whose disability is that he's a dumbass, felt a bit better. And you know, I guess I did actually think, because I thought Father Thomas could have killed Otto, but like he wasn't anybody you could accuse. And I do like the way it seemed to be that Thomas didn't actually kill anyone. Now he was still well, you could say he killed the people who that were framed, because you guess you'll never really know if you got the right person, which I do kind of like that. Because I was a little worried that it was going to be like, oh, the true killer has been lurking in the background the whole time, and, you know, you were kind of forced to convict guilty people. But it instead being that, you know, it's just one of them did kill. Now you're never really going to know for sure if you got the right guy or not, or lady. I really like that. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I mean, basically just positive stuff, which is kind of harder. Like, it's easier for me to talk about like things I didn't like than things that I did like, because it's like, oh, I liked it. Whereas if I didn't like something, it's easier to explain like what I didn't like about it, or like to lead into it. But yeah, overall, just a fantastic game. You know, just really the only. It's kind of, in a way, if I had to. It's kind of like when I played Disco Elysium last year, where story-wise and everything was great, and really the only problems I had were just some of the gameplay stuff in regard to like skill checks and certain skills not being as like useful or as well integrated and stuff, like just basically minor gameplay issues in a game where the gameplay doesn't really matter that much. So like that's a really high praise. Like I don't know if I would say I like the game more than Disco Elysium. I mean, they're not really that similar games, but I mean, they're kind of similar in scope and stuff. And I think Pentiment definitely has some influence from Disco Elysium, like the way the skill checks work, like the way your choices in the dialogue influence them, rather than them just being, oh, you have 70 speech, you auto convince the guy. Right, like I can definitely see the influence there from Disco Elysium on like the way the dialogue systems and the skill checks work. But other than that, they're pretty difficult games. And like I really just like the whole, you know, the central theme of of memory and history and stuff is really engaging, right? I mean, I studied history in college, for instance, not European history, so I wasn't super. Like, this isn't really my area. So a lot of the stuff, maybe not necessarily, I wouldn't say it was like all completely new to me or anything, because I mean, a lot of it's just kind of somewhat general knowledge stuff, and I think having the bibliography there is pretty cool. And it looks like correctly Chicago styled, maybe. It's been a while since I've actually had to cite anything, but you can still, you can see like a different version of the mural back there, because that first part's different. It's like huts. Because I can't remember what the options were for the first one. It was either, because there was 4 for the first part of the mural, and I know we went with the you know, Diana in the water or whatever it was. But no, overall, I mean, just like the dialogue and everything, I really like the dual protagonists. Seeing the story from 2 very different perspectives was really cool. the death scene with Klaus and a lot of just Andreas's own internal, like, I guess trauma, I thought was really well done. Each of the acts was pretty engaging. Yeah, I just really, really, really liked the game. And I don't know if I have too much more to add, because we're probably like, I guess, because this will just, I'll just have one long finale, so we're probably approaching 2 hours. So we should probably call it. But yeah, really, really great game. Glad I played it on the channel. Been kind of meaning to get around to it, and then kind of holding off because I thought I'd make a good Let's Play, and I'm glad I did, because I think I enjoyed it a lot more in the Let's Play format than I would have just playing it on my own. Just giving it a second, trying to think if there's anything else. But yeah, overall final verdict, everything that matters is really good. Really the only things I have complained about are just some of the more gamey aspects, which I think could have been done a little bit better, but those were very secondary. The main thing was the story, the writing, and the characters, which is all really well done. And it's just a unique ass game. You know, there's not too many games like this out there, like in terms of like theming. So that was really engaging as well. But yeah, all in all, fantastic. Really, really enjoyed it. Don't know what's coming next on the channel. Got a few ideas. It was kind of also nice to kind of have a shorter game on the channel, because usually I play like really long shit. So having a game that's, you know, it's what, like 27 or so, 28 parts? Felt pretty good. You know, the game did not overstay its welcome in the slightest. Like, just also is really good pacing. Like, each of the acts as well were really well paced. Oh yeah, one thing is maybe some of the time limits. I guess it was really only in the first act. I didn't really like the time limits that much on like what investigation things you could do. I would prefer it if it's just you had all the information and then you had to make a judgment call on who you thought was most likely to be the killer, as opposed to it's just like, oh, this is the only info you had. That's more of a personal suggestion, though, rather than like an object flaw. That's just something I would have preferred. I think there's definitely value in having it be, in there being like a time limit, and it's like if you don't find the right evidence because you didn't go down that rabbit hole, then, you know, you're not really going to be able to effectively accuse this person. But yeah, game's good. I'm going to stop rambling. Stay tuned for the next Let's Play, and bye, guys.